Well, Bears fans, what else is new? What's going on? This is your boy Jordan JC back again on the Chicago Bears Breeze. And according to reports, breaking news is that Ian Rappaport is reporting that Cam Robinson, the left tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars, has been traded to the Minnesota Vikings, our NFC North Division rival, saying that they are adding the new left tackle, completing a trade with the Jaguars to acquire him in exchange for draft pick compensation. Have not yet come out with what sort of draft pick compensation that will be. Of course, again, that is per Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero. Of course, that's the answer to Christian Darrisaw, their talented left tackle, going down for the season with the torn ACL and MCL, I believe. The reason why I wanted to hop on here real quick and just discuss this is, Ryan Poles, what are you doing? We're not fans of the Vikings, obviously. This is the Bears Breeze, obviously. And so my question to Ryan Poles is, what are you doing? The main issue that the Chicago Bears have, that we talked about painstakingly on the Morning Breeze, on the Daily Live show. We just got off the Daily Live show not too long ago with me, P Kid, and Pat the Designer, talking about what the Bears need to do to improve, and obviously going into the latter part of this season, now that we're 4-3 and we have all of these must-win games starting coming this week versus Arizona, this would have been a very good time to bring in somebody like a left tackle in Cam Robinson, who is talented enough, and definitely more talented than anybody we have on this roster. And so my question to Ryan Poles is, where in this I guess this situation did you not at least think to reach out? Did you make a call? Did you try to get involved in these trade discussions? Knowing the deficiencies, especially at that specific position at left tackle with Braxton Jones going down, and you saw Kiran Amageji coming in and not doing technically a good job. There were spots where he was okay, but he got ran past in a matter of seconds most times when I was looking at him out there on the field. And you thought to not allow yourself to at least be in discussions for a player like Cam Robinson, somebody who is a successful left tackle, who has experience. You didn't think to make that call, and now your division rival jumped at the chance to bring in a guy like this to replace a talented left tackle. I feel like that is bad on Ryan Poles, and I'm not going to sit here and say that. Of course, maybe he did, but as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm hearing, there was no interest from the Bears. Now, I'm hoping that maybe those sources and those reports come out, but you allowed a division rival in a very close knit and very tight race to win as many games in this challenging division, pick up a left tackle as soon as their guy went down. That's the definition of getting things done. That's the definition of staying on top of your business. And as much as I credit Ryan Poles for the many decisions that he's made really well, in my opinion, there's been some hits. There's rather been some misses. There's been some blunders, whether it be trying out a person and giving up very good trade capital and that guy not working out, whether it be bringing in a guy like Nate Davis who cares nothing about giving forth effort and is a healthy scratch. You need protection right now. And this is one of the names that was out there apparently when you see the Jacksonville Jaguars are starting to tear apart their team. You're starting to see that they're starting to try and probably go in a different direction. Maybe Trevor Lawrence is not their guy anymore. And you didn't think to make a call. You didn't think to get involved in this. And just to kind of go over some of the numbers. Again, Cam Robinson lately has been very exceptional. I mentioned since week 4, he's only allowed 2 pressures in 117 pass attempts. What is the biggest thing that Caleb Williams deals with? Pressure. Pressure. That is the biggest thing the Bears have an issue with on this team. We just talked about all the other strength that the Bears have. Well, the one thing that you know you have deficiency on is you give up too much pressure on the offensive line. There's too much mixing and matching. There's not enough talent. The level of discipline on this offensive line is laughable. And you had a chance at addressing that in part at a position of need in left tackle. Now, we also talked about Wyatt Teller possibly being there, being picked up and being a name before the trade deadline. Now, imagine if we could have gotten a Cam Robinson at left tackle, a Wyatt Teller at right guard or left guard. You bring back Tevin Jenkins when he's healthy. You got Darnell Wright. Now you've addressed, at the very least, you have a manageable and above average line with four positional players. And of course, Coleman Shelton still at center. But now you've addressed certain things where going forward, you expect that the pressure and that the protection is going to be there. You expect the protection to be better. You expect the pressure to lessen for Caleb Williams to be more comfortable in the pocket. That's the one thing we saw when this game versus the Commanders was going on, is that he did not feel comfortable in the pocket. Whether or not he should have been more accurate or not, he did not feel comfortable in the pocket. He was running for his life. He made magic out of some of those runs to escape pressure. I mean, the entire defensive line was barreling down on him, even without some of their best players even playing. And so this is another indictment, I think, on Ryan Poles that he sat on his hands on. Now, we always talk about Ryan Poles being aggressive. Now, whether or not he felt maybe he should have gotten in on this discussion, maybe he didn't. I don't know what his reasoning is, but you missed out on an opportunity, and it hurts even more because a division rival picked up this guy. And as much as we talk about, well, maybe Minnesota might be a team that's regressing to the mean, at least they're going out and showing, hey, we still are in this. We might have lost a few games, but we still are in this. And I think the Chicago Bears need to be thinking the same thing. We lost a game, a heartbreaking game against the Commanders. Season's not over. Job's not done, as Kobe says, right? You have to have the mentality of holding yourself to a certain standard. I've said this for the last 2 weeks now. The standard in that organization, the culture needs to change. It starts with the leaders up top. It starts with the GM. It starts with the president, who has himself said he wants to win now. Kevin Warren is holding himself and others to a higher standard. The Bears organization needs to hold themselves to a higher standard. It starts with making moves like these. You should have gotten in front of this. This is utterly disgusting to think that we had an opportunity at a good left tackle who was there for the taking, and you're not involved. And it hurts even more, like I said, because you got a team that's right there in the race with you that got involved and got the job done, regardless of what trade compensation they give back. They knew they had to fill a need. The guy went down as soon as possible. As soon as he got hurt, they got on the phone. We need to get a guy. You didn't do that when Braxton Jones went down. You said, oh, well, let's try out Karan Amageji, who's been hurt all this time and who has no experience. We're just going to throw him out there. And he got taken advantage of more times than not. So I just wanted to, in a sense, vent. But, I mean, obviously, this is an unfortunate report for Bears fans because this is exactly the type of player that we would have needed. This is an upgrade. You look at his PFF grades. I mean, this is an upgrade. Overall grade, almost at a 70, 35th in the league. Pass blocking grade, 72.2. That's what you want. 64.6 run block grade. That's better than the numbers that I've seen from our players, and it's definitely better than Braxton Jones. When it comes to the win rate, he's at a 87.9. Braxton Jones is at, or rather, at 85.71. Braxton Jones is at a 80%. That is an upgrade. And so you missed out on an opportunity to get somebody that could have at least addressed a deficiency and a weakness on this team. One of the very few that we need to address. But one of the most important. Left tackle is very important for not only your quarterback, but for your team to succeed and to score. And so I want to get you guys' thoughts on it. Obviously, this is unfortunate. You know, not everybody always wins at winning the trade discussions. But I'm really curious to know if Ryan Poles was even involved in these talks and these discussions for somebody like Cam Robinson. He had to have known that he was going to be available with the way that the Jaguars are playing and now that they're seeming to go in a different direction. And so this is unfortunate news, but hey, kudos to the Minnesota Vikings for being on top of their game. How do you Bears fans feel about this? Do you think that Cam Robinson would have been a name that you would have been okay with bringing in the building? I know I would have. With the level of talent that we have, I think that would have been an upgrade at left tackle. Want to get you guys' thoughts on that? I'll be down there with you in the comment section as always. And as always, if you like this video, show some class. Comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video with others. I'll see you guys on the next Bears Breeze.